welcome to our Kitfox Q&A video. Our community on Discord and Twitter basically asked us a bunch of questions about game development, about games, about ourselves, and we thought it'd be really fun to answer them here on a video because content that you will put your eyeballs on.
Jake, Spriteborn, asks, in an alternate universe where Kitfox's mascot was any other animal, what would it be? And I do love cats. I mean, cats are kind of a universal animal, aren't they? I mean, I love red pandas too, doesn't everybody? Honestly, I think in an alternate universe, probably we wouldn't be named after an animal at all. It's possible we'd be named after something slightly more occult or, I don't know, abstract. The moon or symbology or something like that. I think that animals are maybe overrated as mascots, actually. They're approachable, which is great, and you can give them a little bit of personality, which is also great. But at the end of the day, when someone asks me, what does Kitfox Games mean? Why did you choose that? I don't really have a good answer for them. Hopefully we bring our own meaning with the games we make, but I do wonder about alternate universe Tanya and her other game companies sometimes. Good question.
Joe asks, is this the Ultima game Pulsemeat, which is my name online, always wanted to make? I actually still have at least 2 more Ultima games because this is the Ultima 4 I always wanted to make, but I still need to make Ultima 7 and Savage Empire. I actually was working on an Ultima 6, but my laptop got stolen. So next time, use file sharing.
It got stolen?
Yeah, it was like stolen out of our apartment. I broke the thingy and
Oh my
took
God.
it. But our cat was okay. That was what we were really.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's good. Marhalette on Twitter asked, tea, coffee, hot steaming tears of those who betray you, what's your go-to drink? That's a very important question. When I'm not in the mood for tea, either green, hojicha, matcha, hot gossip, then I'm probably gonna go for the tears of those who betray me because it just has that nice saltiness that I think my body craves. Especially being in community, sometimes, you know, a girl needs her salt and that takes it.
Aerial 3D asks, how do you see the Canadian landscape for someone that wants to get into the game industry, and how hard is it for a foreigner to get into the business? Well, I can say that my first job as a salaried game designer was actually abroad, but not in Canada. I think it is difficult to get your first job abroad in a country that already has a lot of game developers. So my advice would be either apply in your home country first for junior positions, or if that's not possible, then look abroad at countries that don't have giant game hubs. Like I know that there's a lot of interesting positions that open up in Asia and in Europe where they don't have as high populations of game developers graduating every day as the US, Canada, and Japan, for example. But good luck out there. It's a competitive industry, but if you have a professional portfolio, one of the unfortunate silver linings of the fact that the game industry has a very high churn is that there are often many positions open every year or two at most companies. So keep an eye out, keep your will high, and I hope you make it.
When is Dwarf Fort going to come out, or is there a release window? And the answer is, I don't know, and no. To explain it a little bit more, there's a whole post that went up on Steam about why it's so difficult to kind of figure out when Dwarf Fort comes out. And you know what? I'm going to read you an abridged version right now. Under normal circumstances, like when we're developing Boyfriend Dungeon, we're able to use kind of production methodologies when we count up the tasks remaining, at buffer time, whatever, kind of predict a release window. But this is very different with Dwarf Fortress because it's almost an infinite type of game. It's so complex that Toady Tarn often can't predict difficulties and challenges of a thing until he's halfway through implementing them. So it's really complicated basically. Since it's the Steam version and it'll be the first time a lot of people see the game, we want to add a lot of polish, a lot of bug fixes, so that's going to take even more time. So we kind of just...
Find the Straub asks, if clouds had a flavor, what flavor would it be? I'm gonna say do.
What?